Greetings, fellow thrill-seekers, and welcome to the Creepy Holiday Chronicles. In our world, the ordinary becomes extraordinary, the mundane morphs into the mysterious, and the chill of the unknown is forever present. Tonight we embark on a journey, a voyage into the heart of darkness, where we'll explore the world's most spine-chilling traditions. We'll traverse continents and timelines, diving deep into the uncanny rituals that share a cryptic connection to the celebration we know as Halloween. From the vibrant altars of Mexico's Dia de los Muertos to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, from Bulgaria's enigmatic Kukeri to the solemn All Saints and All Souls Day in Central Europe, we'll unmask the shared essence of these global traditions, the cleansing of evil spirits with costumes and masks. Tonight we unlock the cryptic connections between Halloween and chilling traditions around the world. Prepare to be spooked. Our macabre journey begins in Mexico with Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. This is no ordinary celebration, rather it's a hauntingly beautiful blend of mourning and merriment that pierces the veil between the living and the dead. As the clock strikes midnight on October 31st, this vibrant festival kicks off, painting the streets of Mexico with a vivid palette of marigolds, candles, and sugar skulls. The air fills with the sweet aroma of pan de muerto, the bread of the dead, baked specially for this occasion. But don't be fooled by the festive atmosphere. Dia de los Muertos is a time of remembrance, a moment to honor those who have passed on. Families lovingly craft altars or ofrendas adorned with photographs, favorite foods, and cherished belongings of their departed loved ones. These are not just decorative displays, they are heartfelt invitations, beckoning spirits back home to enjoy the pleasures they once knew in life. It's believed that the scent of marigolds, or cempasúchil, guides the spirits on their journey back to the world of the living. And yet, amidst the solemnity, there's a sense of joy and celebration. Parades fill the streets and people don intricate costumes and skeletal face paint, embodying La Catrina, the elegant skull, an iconic symbol of the Day of the Dead. It's a remarkable sight, a powerful testament to the Mexican belief that death is not an end, but a continuation of life's journey. In this way, Dia de los Muertos shares the Halloween spirit of honoring the departed, but with its own unique blend of reverence and revelry. An eerie yet captivating celebration of life and death, Dia de los Muertos echoes the Halloween ethos, reminding us that even in the face of mortality, there is room for joy, remembrance, and the enduring connection between the living and the dead. Tracing back to ancient Celtic roots, we uncover Samhain, the eerie precursor of Halloween. The Celts, who lived more than 2,000 years ago, celebrated their new year on November 1st. This day marked the end of summer and harvest and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, a time of year often associated with human death. The Celts believed that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. They celebrated Samhain on the night of October 31st, when it was believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to Earth. To commemorate the event, Druids, Celtic priests, built huge sacred bonfires where people gathered to burn crops and animals as sacrifices to their deities. During the celebration, the Celts wore costumes, typically consisting of animal heads and skins, and attempted to tell each other's fortunes. It was a time of communing with the deceased, divining the future and celebrating the bounty of the harvest season. Much like our modern Halloween, Samhain was a time of costumes and warding off evil spirits. The Celts believed that the presence of otherworldly entities aided the Druids in making predictions about the future. For a people entirely dependent on the volatile natural world, these prophecies were an important source of comfort and direction during the long, dark winter. Interestingly, when the Romans conquered the Celtic territory in 43 AD, they merged Samhain with their own festivals of the dead, Feralia, and a day to honor Pomona, the Roman goddess of fruit and trees. The apple, a symbol of Pomona, might have been incorporated into Samhain traditions and could be a precursor to our present-day Halloween tradition of bobbing for apples. As the Celtic New Year, Samhain's ghostly traditions have echoed through time, influencing our modern Halloween. It's a fascinating journey, tracing the roots of our beloved spooky holiday back to its ancient origins. The echoes of Samhain remind us that Halloween, much like its Celtic ancestor, is a time for celebrating the cycle of death and rebirth, for remembering our ancestors, and for facing our fears with a good-hearted laugh. Venturing into Bulgaria, we stumble upon the enigmatic tradition of Kukeri, a dance with the supernatural. This ancient custom, steeped in mystery and tradition, is a mesmerizing spectacle that takes place in the chill of winter. Here, men and women don elaborate costumes, their bodies cloaked in layers of fur, their faces hidden behind elaborately crafted masks boasting large, fearsome features. Towering over onlookers, they take on the form of beasts, their presence both awe-inspiring and chilling. These are the Kukeri dancers, the guardians against evil spirits. Their purpose is not just to entertain, but to cleanse. Each heavy step, each jingling bell tied around their waists, serves a higher purpose, to drive away the evil spirits and ensure prosperity in the coming year. As the Kukeri dancers move in rhythm, their dance becomes a symphony of sound, the echoing bells creating an otherworldly melody that is said to reach the spirit world. This cacophony, while unsettling to the uninitiated, is a reassuring sound to the locals, a sign that the Kukeri are fulfilling their duty. In the heart of this chilling spectacle, we find an uncanny parallel with our own Halloween tradition. Just as we don costumes and masks, transforming into ghosts, ghouls, and all manner of supernatural beings, so do the Kukeri dancers. Our shared disguises, though differing in style and design, serve a similar purpose: to confuse and ward off the evil spirits that walk among us. In this dance with the supernatural, we find a shared understanding, a common thread weaving together cultures across the globe. Despite our differences, it seems we all have our own ways of confronting the unseen, of warding off the darkness that lurks just beyond the light. With their eerie masks and bells, the Kukeri dancers share a chilling kinship with our Halloween costumes, both designed to ward off the unseen. As we delve deeper into the shadows of these haunting traditions, we're reminded that sometimes the most effective way to face our fears is to become what we fear most. Shifting our gaze to Austria, Germany, and Switzerland, we encounter All Saints and All Souls Day. These are solemn occasions, steeped in tradition and reverence for those who have passed on. In Austria, the hallowed observance of All Saints' Day brings families together, their collective memories flickering in the candlelight as they pay homage to loved ones who have departed this world. It's a poignant time of reflection, where the line between the mortal world and the afterlife seems to blur, much like on Halloween night. Similarly, in Germany, All Souls' Day, also known as Totensonntag, is a day of remembrance, honoring the dead through respectful silence and quiet contemplation. The air is filled with a profound sense of reverence, a collective pause to remember the dearly departed. This echo of Halloween's focus on the afterlife is a thread that weaves these traditions together, bridging the gap between cultures. Meanwhile, in Switzerland, these observances take on a different form. On Ewigkeitssonntag, or Eternity Sunday, the Swiss remember their departed loved ones by lighting candles and visiting graves. The flickering lights serve as a beacon, guiding the spirits back to their loved ones, much like the jack-o'-lanterns of Halloween night. But it's not all about mourning. These traditions also emphasize celebrating the lives of the deceased, acknowledging the enduring bond between the living and the dead. It's a time for stories to be told, memories to be shared, and for the spirit of those who have passed to be felt once more. In their solemn remembrance, All Saints and All Souls Day resonate with the darker, more reflective side of Halloween. They remind us that while Halloween may be a time of spooky fun and ghoulish games, at its heart, it's a time to honor those who have passed on, to remember them and to feel their presence once more. As we've journeyed through these haunting traditions, we've seen how Halloween's essence is reflected in cultures around the world, each one adding its own unique twist to a tale as old as time. As the veil between worlds grows thin, we've glimpsed into the shadows of Halloween across cultures. We've journeyed from Mexico's Day of the Dead, a hauntingly beautiful celebration, to the ancient Celtic roots of Samhain, the eerie precursor of Halloween. We've danced with the supernatural in Bulgaria, with the enigmatic tradition of Kukeri, and we've stood in solemn remembrance during All Saints and All Souls Day in Austria, Germany, and Switzerland. Each of these traditions, though separated by oceans and centuries, share a common thread, a chilling dance with the supernatural, a confrontation with death itself. They remind us that sometimes the most terrifying thing is not the unknown, but the familiar turned strange and eerie. Remember to subscribe, like, and share if you dare, for our chronicles of the creepiest holidays have only just begun. Until next time, embrace the darkness.